Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar, run for the UKV, have a look at the precipitation and the temperature over the next 5 days, as we have got a fairly mundane rest of this week, as we do have lots of high pressure around, but it is going to be fairly gloomy, especially further southwards, where we do have this easterly flow which is dragging in a lot of low cloud off the North Sea. Now it is holding those temperatures up though, so it is chilly, but it's not particularly cold, whereas further northwards we are seeing clearer skies, but it is a lot colder, especially overnight with temperatures dropping well below freezing. Now as we head into next week, it is likely to change. Westerly flow is going to return, and we are going to see more longer periods of rain and oscillating air masses, sort of typical Atlantic jet stream pattern. As we head though towards the Christmas period, it does look like we will see something a little bit chillier into the days leading up to Christmas. Exactly what entails the Christmas period, it's still up for debate, but at the moment it looks like a bit of a north to northwesterly wind could dominate with a bit of an Atlantic ridge. That's what we're seeing. We saw a really cold run from the ECMWF yesterday, not quite as cold today, but we have got lots of cold zonality, which would bring some wind chilliness further northwards and chillier areas further south. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe. And remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. Now if you start on the live radar, you can see clear at the moment. A few bits and bobs of rain around, but mostly staying offshore, and it is pretty dry for most. Calling this around 8 PM, you can see further northwards and westwards under the clearest skies, temperatures are falling away well below freezing. Further southwards and eastwards though, especially towards southeast England, it's quite a bit milder, still chilly, still only 5, 6, 7 degrees, but not dropping away anywhere near as much overnight, and that is because we've got a bit of cloud holding those temperatures up. Now if you go over to the latest UKV now, you can see as we head through into Thursday, bits of drizzle around in the east that will try and drag in off the Atlantic, and you see by Thursday afternoon it's a cloudy but drizzly picture, the clearest skies across Northern Ireland and Scotland. As we head into Friday, a bit more cloud and drizzle around. It could be quite a drizzly day there into Friday morning. And eventually we start to see a weather front pushing in from the northwest, and this is signs that a westerly flow is starting to return. Now it doesn't fully take off really until the second half of the weekend into Monday, where we start to see proper Atlantic winds starting to return, but starting to see that transition through Friday into Saturday with those westerly winds and just a generally more unsettled pattern starting to take over. But it is a very slow transition, and we've got a bit of cooler, colder weather until then. You can see the upper air temperatures aren't particularly cold at the moment, but we are seeing an inversion taking place, especially in those northern areas. But as we head into the weekend and start of next week, we're just going to see oscillating air mass. You see it's going from very cold to very mild and potentially cold once again beyond that. So very up and down as we head into next week. Now, if you look at the max temperature, you can see overnight tonight, widespread frost in the north and the west. And you can see as we head into Thursday afternoon, another very chilly day, mid-single digits at best for most. Into Friday, still frost in the north, but not quite as widespread. And you can see into Friday, once again, temperatures only 5 to 7 degrees, really quite chilly with that easterly flow. As we enter Saturday, we start to see a westerly winds to start to make a return, but still only 5, 6, 7 degrees. But by Sunday, temperatures are much higher, maybe 10 to 12, as we start to see those Atlantic winds coming in, and the same can be said for Monday. So still chilly for the rest of this week, but by Sunday, Monday, it will be turning milder. Nothing, amazingly mild, but back towards potentially double digits once again. Now, if you have a look at the longer range view on the latest GFS, high pressure is in control at the moment, but you can see that westerly flow starts to push in as we head in to early next week. High pressure still tries to hold on in the south, but eventually it loses out, and we see this west to northwesterly flow into the following week. As we head towards Christmas, you start to see a bit of a colder zonality building in there for Christmas Day, for example. A northerly wind, chilly conditions, but not really dominant, and no massive block, meaning any northerly flow like we're seeing here for Christmas is cold, yes, but it is temporary. It pushes away, and by kind of Boxing Day to the 27th, it is milder once again. So you can see it is cold at times with this colder zonality, but generally doesn't look too blocked at this stage, nothing too sustained. For you compared to the GM, broadly very similar over the next couple of days. Again, a westerly flow continuing to push in at the moment, and towards day 10, towards the days leading up to Christmas, you can start to see that north to northwesterly wind starting to develop and chillier air masses starting to push in. Still scope for something a bit more blocked, something a bit more sustained in terms of cold weather, but at the moment we're not really seeing that. If you finally compare to the ECMWF, again, high pressure is in control. That eventually pushes away to our south. That north to northwesterly wind arrives the days leading up to Christmas, and you can kind of see for day 10 oscillating between milder and colder sectors. So nothing really going on with the models today. Definitely quite tame, these operational runs, really near the middle of the pack of the ensembles, if we're being completely honest. Not seeing anything really too out of the ordinary, but still signs of something chilly around Christmas. But we are starting to lose days now if we are looking forward to anything properly cold towards Christmas or Christmas Day, maybe towards New Year potentially. Still got time for that, but we're gonna have to start to see some real changes the next couple of days, or we are going to probably see a west-northwesterly wind, something more zonal for that Christmas period. Now, to finish by looking at the latest ensembles, these are the latest GFS ensembles. You see up and down over the next week or so. But as we head into the Christmas week, you can see there is a persistent signal for average to below average temperatures. So definitely colder weather is very possible, or even likely around Christmas. But whether it will be wintry and properly cold, at the moment, not a favoured option, but still an option. There still are plenty of runs down towards that -5 region, so we'll have to wait and see. Humidity temperatures vary up and down, but generally chilly the next couple of days, slightly milder next week, and then chillier once again towards Christmas. And if we do finish by looking at the latest ECMWF ensembles, broadly very similar. Bit chilly over the next couple of days, very changeable into next week, and then a slightly chillier trend there as we head into the lead up to Christmas. It's very up and down over the next couple of weeks. Can't really say it's mild, you can't really say it's very cold, but chilly definitely at times. And into the lead up to Christmas, it could be cold and unsettled. At the moment, though, no major signal for anything out of the ordinary. Yes, it doesn't look like we're seeing a massive southerly or southwesterly like we have seen in some prior years. It definitely does look like it will be chilly. Temperatures, not going to be 15 degrees or so. Definitely looks like single digits, maybe even mid to low single digits. But at the moment, no massive signal for anything major in terms of blocking or anything that would actually force us into something notable for that Christmas period. We'll have to wait and see, but at the moment, definitely looks like more of an ordinary pattern for the next couple of weeks. Definitely away from what we've had the last few weeks, especially late November into December, where it had been very out of the ordinary, very cold in November for that week or two, and then stormy, of course, as we head into December. So turning a little bit more tame in the next couple of weeks, which I think, some people will be a bit disappointed, want a bit of snow around Christmas, but others, especially if they're travelling, it would be a good thing for it to be a little bit more tame for the coming days and coming weeks. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.